How's it going, YouTube? LFDF TV. We're gonna do another thing on the Skyline. It's Christmas, so Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. But it is freezing cold down here. Look at me, I'm all bundled up. I got my winter jacket on, a sweatshirt, t-shirt, beanie. And I even pulled out the mud boots. We're gonna be putting in these GK Tech transmission springs. All right, so this is a pretty cheap mod, if you want to say that, for the RB20 transmission. I think they're also for the K transmission, C18 transmission, SR20 transmission. Simply, it just tightens up the whole shifting. It just makes everything shift a lot smoother. Stiffens up the return coming in and out of gear. But it's super simple. Several different springs. These ones are more of the OEM. They're a little bit stiffer than OEM. There's one for each side. A medium one for each side. Then we got stiff springs, one for each side. So they just sit in there like that. You take your old nuts out and spring and just replace them. You do want to put some sort of thread sealer on, liquid thread sealer. So this is also what I've seen people do, is not only can you do these, but you can take those and put them inside there too. So if the stiffest isn't stiff enough, you can always add some more. I'm not sure what I'm gonna go with. I'm at least gonna do the stiffest ones because I like to keep everything nice and tight. I don't know if I'm gonna go as far as putting these in. But today we're gonna be installing these. I think I'm just gonna run with this right here. So now I have springs also for another transmission if I ever come across one of those. I need that. It's really just for any Nissan 5-speed manual transmission. But yeah, so the spring should stiffen all of this up quite a bit. Help keep everything in gear when you're putting a lot of torque on. Just stiffens everything up. Tightens it all up, I guess. So here's what it looks like before, and we'll get you an after once we get it done. But first things first is we got to get the car jacked up, and so I can get up under there and get those things swapped out. I'll toss you on a time lapse. All right, now the car's jacked up. I can wiggle under there. Let's go in here real quick. Oh, here we are. Oh, there's no light. Hold on. All right. Get the flash on. See that nut there? And that nut right there. That's what we're going to pop out. Give me a second. I'll tell you what size it is. Alright, so these are going to be about 1 1/8 inches. I cannot hold this phone and bust them loose too. Maybe I can. Let me sit down. Let's see what we got here. I only had a 1-inch wrench. Actually, it's a 27 millimeter. So I'm gonna have to do it the cringy way. So Bill Nitschke, if you're watching this, you know I do not like doing this either. But we're doing the crescent wrench deal. I'm hoping these aren't torqued down. Yeah, there we go. I hate even seeing people use crescent wrenches on any sort of project. So for me to be doing it myself really just upsets me, especially on this car. But that's what I gotta do. So now they're both broke loose. I hope fluid doesn't leak out all over the place, but who knows, it might. Not too bad. Clean this up. Alright, so here's the OEM one. Pretty soft setup. Pretty squishy, pretty soft. Here's the new one. Squeezing it basically as hard as I can, and can't even squeeze it down all the way. pretty big difference is I have some liquid thread sealant. We're gonna toss on the threads here, grab that spring, put it back in, and snug her up. All right, some thread sealant, the heavy duty spring, we're gonna slide back under this and toss it in. Fish eye here, I think you can definitely see what's going on. So we got this, put it right back up in this hole. There we go, fine. Let's give her a little snug. It's only like 20, I don't know, I'm gonna say like 24 pounds of, there we go. All right, now we're gonna go to this side. Oh, you're dripping some air on my phone. That's good. That's good for it. Bring up this one. Oh, the thread sealer and everything. While you guys were just hanging out. Got a spring in there. I gotta push into it at the same time to get these threads to start.
I'm in the wrong place at the right time. It's harder to fight.
To apply these GK Tech transmission return springs. Alright, we're snugged up on both sides. So now you got some fancy, check that out, you got fancy anodized nuts. I guess they're bolts on both sides. So now you know that your transmission has been modified because you got those cool things. Installing those, oh my gosh. That's gonna be so nice. I don't know if I'd want to go any stiffer yet. Once these springs maybe soften up a little bit, we toss those one soft, the smallest ones like we were talking about before, how they were doubled up. You actually have to push it to move it. I do have a GK Tech short throw shifter on the way too, so that's gonna really make a difference. I'm stoked on that. So I would take it for a rip for you guys and really show you what's going on, but I'm going to show you what else is going on. So remember in the other video when I did the LS1 alternator upgrade, remove these two bolts, right? To get room for the alternator to fit in here to hook it up. Well, when I did that, the water pump gasket let go, as in it created a leak. And you can see all this rubbish right here on the alternator. Leaked out so much coolant that I put in 3 water bottles and I mean, it didn't even come to the top. I ordered all the parts. They were supposed to be here a couple days ago, but due to the holidays and how busy everything is, they of course got delayed and they won't be here until Monday or Tuesday. Trust me, it's gonna be worth the wait because I'm going aftermarket silicone radiator hoses, aftermarket radiator with electric fans so we can get rid of the clutch fan, and we'll have a nice big radiator to help it keep cool, because I've heard that's a pretty big thing with RB's cooling system fails, or it's just not quite enough. But the main thing also is when you do the water pump, because that's what I have on the way. I don't know if, I mean, it could have been that this water pump failed too, and they have a hole at the bottom to let you know when it's bad, it leaks, but I think it was me with those bolts. When you do the water pump, you have to do the whole timing system, so the timing belt and whatnot. So I have a Tomy timing belt on the way too. They said you have to do timing about every 50,000 miles on this car, and right now it's at 57,000 kilometers, so it's like just under 40,000 miles, so I might as well just do it now and be done with it while I have it torn apart anyways. Once it's all put back together, we're gonna have a lot of room in here. It's just gonna look a lot cleaner. Said nice brand new silicone hoses. We're just waiting on parts, and then it's gonna be a whole lot of fun. There's a few more things I can do while we're waiting on the parts, some stuff that I already have in, so the content now will just be what the parts I already have. It's the GK Tech heavy duty or stiffer transmission return springs. Pretty simple. install. I'd rate it 10 out of 10. Ordered straight from Juku Racing. We're here within a few days. LFDFTV. Just hit that subscribe button for us. We're almost monetized, and once that happens, we can focus in on a lot more car projects and projects on this, projects on the G, all that stuff. So thanks for watching. See you next time.